Hey, the best moment of the day was clearly the Chris Beard technical and ensuing. I don't even know what was that. I mean, he didn't slip. He went down on his own.
Okay, so what he was yelling about, he was mad about like 3 different calls.
Yeah.
And
smart. He's very smart. He's very methodical in everything he does. So I'm sure you're right. At that point, he knew.
2 parts of that were unbelievable. Like the fall wasn't even the best part. The best part was he gets up and he's just cursing out these refs and he's screaming at them. The mask is off.
Did he run off the court? I didn't even see that part.
He ran off the court, up the tunnel. He just ran. Yes. Well, I mean, it might have been a sprint for him at this day and age, but it wasn't really like if that's as fast as he's running.
Today. Yeah. I gotta call Beard today and find out, get his take on this thing.
Oh man, that was an all-time ejection. And the theatrics I saw, and I saw some people that were critical of him. They were like, "Why are we celebrating non-sportsmanship? And why are we celebrating a guy like getting angry and flip blah blah blah?" It's like, whatever, man.
Right.
Can we just enjoy people like that are losing their minds? At least, hey, look, at least he's passionate, right?
Oh, he is passionate, no question. He's passionate. Again, this was a win that I felt like I do. And we've talked about Texas Tech. Like they're pretty talented. It's not that they're not talented, but I think he brings them to that next level. I think West Virginia is more talented, to be honest, than Texas Tech. West Virginia, like this is a really good, underrated West Virginia team that has started to find itself without your guy, the Big Sheep.
Big Sheep.
Like it's honestly addition by subtraction, Rob. It is because of the way they're playing. Not because he's not a good player, but because playing with 2 bigs did not work for West Virginia.
So I don't know if I would call it addition by subtraction, because if you were able to have Culver and Big Sheep like rotating at the 5,
but you're not. You're not. They're going to be miserable. They're going to be shitty in the locker room.
Yes, and that was what the problem was. It wasn't that it makes them better without having that backup for Culver. It's that Big She was expecting to be able to play a certain kind of way and get a certain number of minutes, and then those minutes didn't happen because Derek Culver beat him out, and they wanted to play different style. And it's like kind of like, well, this isn't the best thing for me anymore.
You know who got really upset?
Who?
Big Sheep's people.
Yeah,
Big Sheep's peeps. Those were the ones who got even more upset than Big Sheep.
Well, it's because they felt like they had been lied to, but it wasn't that they lied. It's that Huggins found out like the way for us to win and be the best team that we can be is to play a different style. And that's what Hugs does. Like he changed it. I don't know how many coaches are able to just completely flip things over on the fly the way that he does. Right. Remember a couple years ago when they lost Aaron Harris and they lost that kid to NC State. And I think they lost like 3 transfers in the summer that were like 3 of their top 4 scorers. And we were like, well, West Virginia's they're done. And then he turns around and he turns them into Press Virginia. And like they're the best that West Virginia's been since the Kevin Pittsnoggle era.
But the best he ever did was when he took over the Beeline team and kept what Beeline had done with his own. Like think about that. Bob Huggins took over, and instead of implementing everything that he knew, right? What did he do? He kept what John Beeline had already established. Like, amazing to me, because there couldn't be 2 more opposite coaches in the country in every single way than Bob Huggins and John Beeline. And that's where you got to give Huggins a ton of credit. I'd actually like to hear, and I'm sure you and Deshaun have talked about this plenty. I'd like to hear you guys talk to Hugs about that, about adapting over the years and how he's done it better than just about anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's incredible how he's been able to
tell Deshaun you got to get Hugs on the pod soon.
Well, I don't want to break any news on here. I don't want to tease anything too much, but things are in the works.
Things are happening.
Things are happening. Moves are being made. So anything else big from last night? The one thing,
the Duke Blue Devils. What do you mean? You're gonna go through it without talking about Notre Dame?
I don't talk about NIT teams.
It really is. I mean, honestly,
let's talk about NIT teams. Why are we talking about teams that are below 500?
Hey, did you see my tweet? 10th place in the ACC, Duke. 10th place in the SEC, Kentucky. 10th place in the Big Ten, Michigan State. We're in almost in mid-February. Like, it is amazing. If you could have, honestly, the odds on that before the season might have been like 1,000,000 to 1. I mean, there's no way anybody thought that was possible. They were all top 15 teams in the country.
Yeah, I was so into the storyline, like the Kentucky. Oh, is it going to be a redemption year? Are they going to turn this thing around? And is Duke going to be able to figure this thing out? No, they're just not very good. Like I completely lost interest in them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I find myself now the only way I'm going to watch a Duke, a Kentucky, a Michigan State game now really is if they're playing a good team. Like, I'm not. You're right. I didn't watch that Duke Notre Dame game. I had other shit to do at 4:30.
Well, I couldn't watch it because it was hidden on the network that nobody is able to watch. So whatever. Also, so hold on. I just realized, so for people that don't know, Brian Snow loves to get on group text and talk a ton of shit. And he texted us last night on our group text about how look at Vandy keeping it close against Final Four juggernaut Auburn. And I was like, oh, I hadn't seen the final score yet. Auburn covered.
They did.
Auburn covered. Like, what is he talking about? They covered. What is he talking about? Get out of here, Snow. Come on.
Yeah, why did we include Snow in that group chat?
I don't know. Well, you know what? He started it. That's
very true.
He started it. Last thing I just have to say is, do you think the Johnny's fans are going to get out of our mentions now?
They would have. Listen, if they had won that game, it would have been like a Final Four victory against Butler at Butler. Like, do they understand they didn't just lose to Brad Stevens' Butler Bulldogs with Gordon Hayward, Shelvin Mack, and Matt Howard? They just lost to a shitty Butler team. They're not good this year. Now, Aaron Thompson was terrific last night, as he usually is on the defensive end, but he made some shots too. That was my point all along with St. John's is I want to see it over a long – I want you to get to the tournament. If you get to the tournament, then I'm wrong. I'm wrong about St. John's. But everything you do, if you're still in the NIT at the end of this year, hey, by the way, Chris Mullen got you to the NCAA tournament. It wasn't, it was the first four. But he got you to the tournament. So if you're Mike Anderson, you got to get them to the tournament, don't you?
Yeah, and I think they're close now, but this is going to be an ugly loss. This is going to be one that kind of brings that resume down a little bit. And it's one, St. John should have won that, man.
They had it.
It's still tilting me because I had the St. John's money line last night, and I feel like it was a good. I feel like I analyzed that game and I had it right and I read it right, and for those that didn't watch it, St. John's blew a double-digit second half lead, but they found a way. They were up by 2 with 10 seconds left with the ball under their own basket. And the inbounds pass hit the dude in the ankle for a turnover. He hit him in the ankle.
How do you even make that pass? Really, what is going on?
I don't know, but it cost me a little bit of money. So a little
bit of money. Was there anything else worthwhile, or can we turn the page?
Alabama won. Didn't cover. Yep. Texas won, didn't cover. Creighton won and covered. There's not
a lot. Not a lot.